Promise by Dame Dane, the duo from Birmingham. And I'm just loving their music. They worked with Georgia Smith, Wizkid, and who knows? I mean, I feel like they could be working with our next set of artists that are in the building with us now, who are described as the backbone of Afrobeats. The four-piece live band and person collective have worked with some of the biggest artists in the world. We're talking Ashake, Davido, and more locally, J Hus as well. Made up of Stephen SJ on the drums, Nana Pokes on the bass, David Melody on the keys, and C Biggs also on the synths and samples as well. They've earned a reputation for transforming any stage into a full-blown celebration of sound, blending Afrobeats, R&B, gospel, funk, dancehall into something entirely of their own. They sold out Wembley Arena, Royal Albert Hall, headlined City Splash recently, and even more recently have just announced their residency at the Jazz Cafe, offering us a more intimate night with them and friends. We have them in the building now. We're going to make sure we get all the mics right here. So who do we have out of the four? We got three in the building. Who do we have?
Well, first and foremost, you have David. I am David Melody. I'm the guy on the keys, or the keytar, as they call it. It's like a keyboard and guitar.
There we go.
But yeah, that's me, David Melody.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Nana Pokes, bass player, and usually the man shouting on the microphone on the stage.
Okay.
And then you got myself, the drummer that can't sit down, Stephen SJ.
Energy.
Okay, so we have three of you out of the four joining us.
Yeah.
And Charlie Biggs who ain't here.
Charlie Biggs ain't here. But thank you all for coming down anyway.
Thank you for having us.
Like,
Thank you for having us.
what you're doing, well, especially for London, I'm going to say as well, what you're doing in terms of musically across the map is incredible.
That's right.
And I think a lot of us want to know the story of the Composers, because it's feeling like an Avengers moment. Like, you all got the call in, it's time to go. Tell what is the story of like how the Composers came to be?
How long do we have?
Well, if you could give us a shortened version, if you can.
I guess we'll do the last phase, which is the shortest version. But the story goes, we just all kind of grew up in the same area. We were all playing instruments individually.
North London, to be specific.
North London.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's important that we say North London.
What a patron. But yeah, we all grew up predominantly actually in the church. There was always a lot of church events going on, and we'd end up seeing each other, and then kind of time passed, and then we started playing out of the church a bit as well, whilst still in the church to this day, hallelujah. And we kind of just became each other's favourites. So, you know, someone might get a call from an artist, okay, can you help me with a band? We just call each other. David calls a band, he's calling us three. Nana gets a call, and, you know, that's what's happening. So, you know, like you said, we're privileged to work with a lot of artists that were actually in their very early stages who are like stars now. We were blessed to work with in very intimate shows, you know, like open mic nights, and we did a lot of that stuff. And then just one day the penny dropped. We was kind of like, you know what, we've served a lot of artists, you know, been behind them on stages. How about we go to the front? And it was interesting because obviously no one sings, no one raps, we just play instruments. So it was like, what are we actually going to do? And, you know, one day the concept of, I always give credit to, there's some guys in America, they started this thing called Strange Arrange. So they would literally take popular songs, strip them down, do the craziest live arrangements to it, and it was crazy. And just ultimately, as lovers of music, we appreciated that a lot, and we actually thought people would love this. So why, instead of doing just one song, why do we do like medleys of songs of different genres? And, you know, we took the idea, we had our first show, which was kind of, you know, just inner circle, friends and family. And I was like, okay, this kind of works. And then we actually got our first proper booking. And it was interesting because we were the new act, you know, you kind of get treated like a bit of rubbish. And they were running out of time, and it was kind of like, okay, guys, we're gonna have to cut your performance. And we was like, no, we really need this. Like, we really need this. And we literally, I'll never forget, we said, just give us 10 minutes. If in 10 minutes the crowd aren't on the feet, we'll give you the money back. And it was like £500.
Wow.
And within by
Did
like,
everyone agree to that?
it was just a unanimous thing.
It was a
We were
unanimous
like, it's
thing,
cool.
we're just like, yo.
And it was kind of one of those like, guys, if this not back today, it's cool. Like everyone just go back to
Just
the
go
normal
back,
life.
yeah.
And then lo and behold, probably by minute 5, this is in 2030, minute 5, the whole room is on their feet. You got like 800 people on their feet. And
that's
like
crazy.
we're looking at each other like, yes, it's working. And the promoter's like, do you know what? Just do your full set. And
Amazing.
honestly, thank God from that day, it was September the 20-something, 2013. The phone hasn't stopped ringing, literally.
It sounds like a film.
It is.
Nah, it's crazy.
And the film will come one
It's
day.
coming soon.
It will come on.
soon.
It will come on.
Yeah.
It'll come
Because you
one day.
mentioned the church, and I want to take it back there, just like how important that space was. Because were you always playing instruments individually? Is that what it was? And then you saw each other playing? Because also there are a lot of artists that come from like the church as like almost like their playground where they practice, where they also learn about discipline as well and
100%.
performance. So tell us about the importance of just having that as your space, also not just for music, for faith as well, but how important is that as your foundation?
Yeah, I mean, it's critical. From speaking for myself, I started by playing the drums when I was 3 years old in church. My dad's a bishop, so I didn't even realize how much we were in church. We were literally in church like 3-4 times a week, choir practice, midweek service on a Sunday. But with all of that, my appetite for music kept growing and growing, and I started learning improvisation and all of these different key things that make you really seasoned in the touring and live professional music world is second nature because of the experience you have in church. So you tend to find a lot of the greatest musicians come from church because of things that you have to pick up off the fly. And with faith as well, it's very, very important because it's a crazy world. It's a crazy the music industry is crazy. Yeah. You need something to keep you grounded,
100%.
And obviously just keep you focused on something bigger than you. Because when you have such an amazing talent and gift that we have, like it's very easy to think that it's all you, but we are very, very aware it's not us. Like this is a God-given gift that we've been given to use as a vehicle to spread goodness and happiness and joy to people, and ultimately show people around the world that it's possible to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So
100%.
And you mentioned quite specifically North London. How would you say growing up in North London has like shaped your maybe your approach to music, your approach to music business as well? Because I mean, you're literally working with some of the biggest artists on TV, part of like huge moments in their career. If you could just pick up North London, what is it about? Because I'm from East, do you know what I mean?
You're one of them.
I mean, I will say some of obviously music's greatest talents have come from North London.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. I mean, we go from like Tottenham, you go Edmonton, all of these different areas. You got some people who are really killing it. Your Skeptas, your Tion Waynes, all these different people. But all the thing that everybody has in common, in my opinion, is coming from struggle, because you don't realize, and it's only when I've grown up that I realize it's not designed for us to succeed. Nobody's taught us how to make it out of the area that we've come from.
Yeah.
Nobody taught us how to succeed in music and all of this stuff. So the struggle is what's allowed people to persevere and make it to the top and onto these world stages. And if there's something that I think maybe I would even salute Ezra Collective for this, actually, to be honest. Like they're
North
killing
London
it as well.
boys.
North London as well.
North London,
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Those are our guys.
Yeah, man.
They have really put a spotlight on the fact that the youth need a pathway to be able to go from having the talent to being able to express their skills in these different platforms musically and creatively and stuff like that. So big salute to them. They're killing it as well. Do you know what I mean? Fellow, like I said, fellow North Londoners. But yeah, there's North London is a place where it's so diverse. So you obviously learn so many different cultures and styles and stuff like that, and it impacts you musically as well. So yeah. That would be my answer anyway. I mean, if you've got anything to say about it as well.
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head.
Yes.
Yeah. So you mentioned success there, and I think that's definitely one thing you have, and you're doing it. David, like, tell us about just some of these moments, because like Wembley Stadium, Royal Albert Hall, like
please, Arena.
Wembley Arena.
Leave that.
Stadium
We're
is
working our
coming.
way to that one.
we're manifesting.
Stadium is coming, but I
Or
mean,
Wembley Arena, even still like Jimmy
Yeah.
Fallon, like with
Yeah.
Ashake,
It's crazy.
Mo
It's
Gilligan.
crazy.
Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, like, I mean, but it's a privilege, to be honest, to be able to been able to just grace all of these different stages. And I think what happens a lot of the time is because we do these things so consistently, sometimes you don't even take in what's happening. Like, we've done so much, like you said, from Royal Albert Hall, Kentish Town Forum, Brixton, O2 Arena. Six times. So it's like sometimes these things kind of inadvertently become your playground, and you kind of don't take in the moment. So when you actually sit down and actually deep the moment, it's like, wow, you know what? Like, we've actually done a lot. And so I think with especially speaking for myself, with every single thing that we do now, I want to kind of just take in and cherish that moment. I mean, recently we just did Montreal Jazz Fest, and that's actually such a big festival. And I think there was even one moment, I think we were just walking and we just went to go, who did we go to go watch? Who's this guy?
Jeremy. And the band,
and it was just sick to just
Jeremy Laberfield
to just watch and be like, bro, like, we're actually a part of this.
And we did that without any other artists. That was our
us.
own.
That was solely
set.
us.
Wow. The day after, we've been with David Doe in Brussels as well, doing a headline set there as well.
So much, and I think, like, even just this year especially, I think I just want to take every single moment and just appreciate it, because like, you could be here today and go tomorrow.
Even to add to that, you know, when we walked in here today, something went through my mind. I was like, do you know, like, we're all Ghanaian, by heritage, you know, to go to the BBC as a Ghanaian child, like, if I tell, like, I remember the first time I came to the BBC, like, to the family, I was like, clear. That's what clear. And it's funny because I was watching an interview of a producer in Ghana. He was a very he's still a massive producer till today, but he started out as a mix engineer, and he said his dad's favorite radio station was BBC. So he would listen from Ghana, and he, typical like African child, trying to pursue a creative career, his dad was just like, oh, go do something better with your life. And when he had his studio at home, obviously as a mix engineer, you play a song over and over again as you're mixing it. So his dad's listening to the radio one day, and he hears the song. He's like, he literally said, his dad's like, I know this song. And he called his son. He's like, is this your song? And he's like, yeah. And he said from that day, his dad was like, yo, you got my support, because you was on the BBC. So I'm looking around, I'm like, right, like, we just, and the woman asked us, like, have you been here before? We're like, do you know what? We've been here so much, we're not deep in the magnitude of what it is to actually just come to this building.
Can I take that opportunity to also thank the BBC as well, because the support has been second to none from the beginning of our career to present day. If anybody that's listening, if you have time, just go on YouTube and then just look at Compozers and the
Claire,
all Claire. We know, to the point that we even know the staff. Like, we've got so many different amazing memories in this building, and people who have been instrumental in the development of the Composers. So everybody continue to support the BBC and everybody here as well, man. We appreciate it.
Pay tax. Let's keep this running, man.
We love that.
Let's keep it running, man. 100%.
We love that. And you've mentioned a lot of these huge venue spaces that you've come and performed at and taken over, because everyone knows you for your energy. Like you said, you literally said, give us 10 minutes and we'll give you your money back, and we'll have everyone up here.
When I think about it, do you know how much of a bold statement that is to say to someone when you ain't played a show before? You're telling them about, I'm so confident, I'll give you your money back.
I'll give you your money back, trust me.
But now you're doing somewhere like the Jazz Cafe, which is it's a different setting, it's intimate as well. So just tell us about this residency and what people can expect, because also tickets have been flying already. There's like not many left,
many left, the first one sold out. Now if we just left to the second and the third show. So
tell us about what we can expect at your residency at the Jazz Cafe.
I mean, I feel like this is almost like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy, but it's just very unfiltered. And I think, like, even in the conversations we've been having about how to, because one thing about us, like, we're very big on presentation and excellence and everything just being, but I just feel like this is a show where, I don't know if you've been to the Jazz Cafe, there's not much distance between the stage and the people, you might as well sit on the stage.
You might as well get on the stage.
It's that close. So it's like if you come close enough, sweat might just hit you. You know what I mean? It's like, I just think it's a time where I feel like you could even talk to us, like, on the stage. You know what I mean? I said this and I got shut down. I said, but like, can there just be a moment in the show like something's happening? I'm just at the bar getting a drink. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that
it's
kind
just,
of casual.
It's just very casual, very
Immersive,
intimate.
Yeah, that
So
kind of
don't get me wrong, you'll get the excellence of the composers, but you'll still experience us in a very unfiltered, raw
Intimate,
way,
yeah.
intimate. You know, even some of the stuff we're talking about putting in the show is kind of stuff we haven't touched before, but it's true to the composers.
Yeah.
Like if you really know us, you know this is what we are. This is our musical appetite. So yeah, and I'll say this: it's 3 days, but not every day is going to be the same. That's the
another
reality.
one, yeah.
And everyone's in this thing. I want to go to the first one. Me personally, I'd go to the last one.
Oh, you heard it here first.
But that's just me.
You know more than us.
I might buy a ticket.
Get
for
your
the
tickets
last
now.
one.
Get
I
your
might buy a
tickets
ticket for the last one, but that's just
Composers
me.
that go to UK.
What are the dates so people know?
7th August,
18th
18th September, and 16th October.
Yeah.
Okay, and you also mentioned friends. Can we get any?
We've got friends, man. we got some
Nope.
friends, man.
You can't say any names. 'Cause
Anything.
I mean,
Some friends.
See, we
man.
always say this thing at a composer show, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, man.
There's been
Okay.
times
Anything
we've
can
even been surprised some of the friends that come
yeah,
on stage.
literally.
No,
Legit,
legit.
legit,
We don't
honestly.
even know legit.
That's anything can happen. So
What are you doing here?
yeah, for anybody who's also listening who hasn't seen a composer show, ultimately it's just a big party. We're having an amazing time with amazing music, amazing artists, live music, and you become the 5th member of the composers when you attend because you're going to be singing your heart out. So yeah, like David just said, you can get your tickets from composers.co.uk. That's COMPOZERS.co.uk.
yeah.
Bring
And also-
your partner. Can have dinner before you.
Yeah.
Like it's a vibe, man. It's
It
what
is.
Trust me.
what composer show have you had
Yeah,
dinner
or
at
even
before?
meet your partner there.
You're
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
There we go.
No.
We know like, real stories.
No,
man.
like
Tell it.
real chat. Like I can attest to about 3
Marriages.
one marriage for sure. It's very big marriage, very nice one, big one, and a few relationships, a few flings.
Formed. Yeah.
No, wait, 2 marriages, Anna.
2
Yeah,
two.
2.
Yeah.
Two
No,
marriages.
no, but even 3. I know another
There you
one.
go.
I know another one.
Wow.
I
And
know
there's
another
a
one.
lot of like
But anyway.
People meet their
the
significant
show
others.
happens on a
yeah.
Thursday, Friday. Bro, like there was one girl you look show, and then we have to like filter through. So please, it's Hinge at a show.
Hinge at a show,
live
you know.
Hinge.
There we go.
Swipe left.
So, could you give us any insight what else is in the pipeline for the composers? Because obviously there's no stopping you, and you're experimenting now with different spaces. What else could you give us?
We're definitely gonna delve into the original music as well. That's coming. I'm not gonna put a date on that, but that's definitely coming. The people have been asking for that as well, and that's definitely coming. I mean, more shows, world domination.
Clearly,
Yeah, no,
Wembley
definitely.
Arena.
Yeah.
It's almost like a reinvention, I think personally, because I feel like the composer has gone in phases, and I feel like we had the phase of composers, and then like you mentioned earlier, we were very. I won't even say were, because it's not a were, but been very, because it's a continuous thing. We spent a lot of time with some great artists over the last couple of years, but I feel like Jazz Cafe is kind of the start of, okay, we're back to composer here, composer there, composer here, composer there, composer here, outreach, community stuff, doing stuff, giving back, all of that stuff,
Yeah.
So there's a lot coming, and like I said at the beginning, Wembley Stadium will be happening.
You
no
can
doubt.
get the first ticket.
Hey,
100%
live on radio,
get the
there's
first
no
ticket.
going back.
There you go.
There's no going
It's
back.
out there.
Right, we need to play one of your tracks, so we need to make sure there's space for that. Lastly, where can we go to find you, follow you, continue the journey? I mean, enough people know already, but there will be some listeners actually that are tapping in right now. So where do they go to continue and support you?
You want me to show you what I'm saying?
Boy, listen,
He's not
This is his
Come on.
signature.
everybody that's listed, get your phones out, connect to whatever device you need to. Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere.
X.
Even X, whatever. Composers, COMPOZERS.
That's right.
That is the name. Once again, that is Composers, COMPOZERS.
Or Z for the
Or
Americans.
Z for the Americans.
Or Z for the Ghanaians. Z for the
But yeah,
Ghanaians.
just be a part of the journey. We're always showing amazing things that we're doing,
Yeah, man.
not just in the UK but around the world, and in our collaborations with different artists, production, shows, touring, and even some real interesting stuff that we can't really talk about right now, but if you go on the stuff, you're gonna see when we're announcing it. So yeah.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to play all night long.
Jeez.
And I feel like you need to introduce it. I feel like, yeah, come on.
You're locked into the sounds of the Composers on BBC London Radio. This is all night long.
Okay. Should we go with that?
Yeah, man.
Go.
Yeah, man. Go for it, man. Smooth effort.